Hang on, man. Come on. Nightwish doing Nightwish things. Let's go. Okay, so welcome back, and thank you for joining me for another reaction video. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Now, I'm excited because we're back with another Nightwish Saturday, and this one comes courtesy of a longtime Nightwish fan named Becky, aka Luminous Impressions. She put in a request for Sahara, and I know a lot of you guys have been asking for this song as well. So Becky, please comment. I'll make sure to pin it to the top, and everyone can thank you for pushing this one to the front of the queue. Really excited about this one. I think I see Troy in the background. That's always a good sign. Without further ado, Nightwish Sahara live at Tampa. Let's see what you got. Okay, wait a hot damn minute. Now, here's the thing. I'm going back to the beginning. You know how this works. Actually, a lot of people joke and say, well, you just always go back to the beginning with Nightwish songs. It's not entirely true. I don't always go back. I mostly go back, and there's often good reason, and there is good reason here. This front kind of frame actually gives me some really good talking points. I want to start out with the keys. What an awesome introduction. High energy, high pace, but there were some subtleties that changed when the full band came in and then when the second cycle repeated. You can see Thomas's hand on the bottom keyboard there. He's got one hand on each of those keyboards facing up, and he's got a keyboard on top. And I'm pretty sure I saw him switch from that lead work, same frequency, same kind of playing. He just moved up to the top keyboard, which has a different effect on. I love the effect on the initial intro one. It sounds kind of mischievous, reminds me of Christmas for some reason. Super high energy drums. I love the guitar work, mimicking that initial key work with some squeals. Just really powerful, really cool. But the thing I want to talk about, and he isn't here in this frame, is Marko. When everything came in, you could see him doing this kind of down-up strumming pattern, and it's really consistent and rhythmic. It's powerful. It's got a great tone. But I'm pretty sure I saw him switch to just straight down picking. And what that does is you get the same output in terms of the amounts of notes hit, but you get a much harder hit because you're having to reset and push down again. So it increases the initial clang and that initial hardness of the notes, which uplifts the energy a little bit, and you can definitely feel it. It's awesome, and I want to hear it again. No, hang on. Before you start singing, hang on a second. Okay, that's perfect. That is perfect. I was just thinking about using my mouse to go back to getting his face in there. That's either just after or just before he starts that really mischievous smile, because he knows how heavy that piece is. He knows how great it is, and it is very reminiscent of Metallica there. Even that drum beat piece where I kind of almost predicted some of the snare hits there. It's super heavy. I love it. It's nice and slow and pulled back, and it's a very big contrast to what they were doing earlier. And it's not just a contrast in terms of a halftime signature or a slowed down variant or removing lead work and dragging chords. It's a distinct different song, if you will, within a song. And it's so unpredictable that now I don't know where it's going. I don't know where the energy from the beginning is going to be reinserted. Is it going to hop in after a chorus? Is it going to just be kept for an outro play out piece where you can uplift the energy to end the song? It's exciting as someone who's interested in composition. Very, very excited. And I hate interrupting Floor, but I have to give credit where it's due, and I can't wait to hear it. Floor is my OG, so am for this. Hang on a second. I'll go back because I didn't quite catch that pause where I'd like it. She is just phenomenal. Doesn't matter if she's belting and she's hitting one of those like really, really song-changing moments, or whether she's being more reserved and dragging the notes out. She's got a bit of evil in her voice right here. It's dragging out some of the words and twisting them. I really like it. It's a bit ominous. It fits the song. A lot of personality, but her voice is recognizable and, has that Floor stamp of approval. You can hear it a mile away. She's phenomenal. I like what Thomas is doing there, because you've got the chords that are doing, shout out palm mute gang, give me some palm mutes in the chat, and also playing open chords and ringing out. You've got Troy doing a lot of work where he's actually tapping the string and then almost, I want to say kind of arpeggio picking through a chord, but he may just be really slow strumming. There's a blurred line there, and you can't hear it perfectly, although I will say the recording quality is phenomenal here. I love that you can hear the guitars pushed like really forward, and kind of in your face. I have heard recordings where the guitars aren't prioritized as much, and it's nice to hear because they are a brutal factor in this song. Tom has been really busy, even when the guitars aren't been, and it's done in a way where it's so active and so busy, and the decay and attack is actually quite slow. Because of the nature of weighted keys, that it doesn't sound as busy. It sounds like one continuous melody versus all those individual hits. It's quite smart, and I like. Listen over there, you'll hear when she gets towards the end of this vocal phrasing and she drags her notes out. Listen for that nice, really quick key work bouncing on top of the song. It feels like it's sitting right on top, like icing on a cake, and it sounds awesome. I like it. You have to work to hear it, but when you do, you'll understand its value within the song. Love the choir there, that's awesome. Actually, I want to go back and hear it again real quick. Yeah, one more. Just want to hear that again. hang on, man. Come on. Nightwish doing Nightwish things. Let's go. Okay, so I love gaps in music because you get to hear some of the things that you don't always hear off the bat. You can sometimes see them happening. Sometimes you can hear something, you can't quite place it. What I was talking about, what Troy was doing, you can now hear quite evidently. He's got that big pedal board. He's got a lot of effects on there. It's quite spacey. There's a lot of reverb. In fact, the more effects you add to that kind of thing, whether it be spatial or otherwise, phasing, manipulation of some of the tone, it actually becomes harder to control, and there's actually more chance for that rhythm and melody to be lost. So listen to how he's sliding up in certain intervals to make sure that it hits on the peak, not necessarily transfers on the peak. And then you can hear the whole band coming. But I like, obviously, they must be playing to a track because you've got that choir element to it as well. And I'm pretty sure I heard Marko doing some backing vocals there, as he would be doing. It just all blends really perfectly, and the mix is great. Sorry, teasing us there, because there's been a definite drop in the halftime or whatever it is. You can hear that he's able to layer that beginning piece back over this, even though the drumming is slower. You can hear Marko doing some really nice work there where the bass is standing up. He's also bending some of the strings, creating a bit of vibrato and wiggle on that. And it's this teasing of that high energy coming back in again, but it doesn't. I love what Floor and Marko are doing there vocally. Floor, just phenomenal. Marko being one of the best backing vocalists in a band I've ever seen. And I remember being so stupid because I did, you don't know what you don't know, and saying, oh, he's so good, he could be a frontman in his own right. Turns out, yep. But to see him kind of follow that quite difficult little vocal wobble and pattern, that rundown, so perfectly, and to just stay so precise. When I say precise, I mean not just in tune. I mean, you expect that as a singer, but stay so precisely at the right volume to not overtake or not drift away. Really cool. Kind of effect is that? It almost sounded percussive, like the tin cans. Is that him playing that on the keys? I don't know where it coming from. It matches the pattern of what he's doing. It could be part of the track. It could not. I imagine if it is, it's just brilliant. A lot of small environmental sounds. Troy's doing a lot of that environmental sound work, albeit with a tonal value. Thomas is doing a lot of that. And then Marko's being quite deliberate and purposeful as his Empu. And we know this because that's what they do. Drums are killing. Everything's killing. It's just... This song is actually what I need from them. I needed something with a bit more grit, energy, and sass. Her voice there, fantastic. Again, you can hear more of that wind to it. There's almost this smirk when she's singing because she's having a great time, and it's the personality of the song coming through.
See
just want to, I mean, she's killing the vocal there, and I kind of want to let it play out. I love when she kind of ad-libs and does a lot of these vocal frills, which you don't traditionally always see in bands, never, let alone metal, and that's because the vocalists don't always have the ability to do that. Now, what Kai's doing in the background there with that little kind of, I don't know if you'd call it a splash, but that symbol that he's hitting, that's standing out. That is the perfect explanation for what syncopation is. He was playing on the beat, and he was playing, you talk about whole notes, eighth notes, quarter notes, but now he's hitting on the offbeat. And you can hear that definite change. He's stuck with it, so you'll still be able to hear it. But that is the perfect explanation of what a syncopated change in a song is. Wow. Okay, geez, powerful. Not at all what I expected. Once again, thought they were going to go back into the really quick, but after that, they did tease it once or twice in the song. They didn't follow through with it. I like that. That is powerful. It's intense. It's immense. In the beginning of the song, you saw, I think you saw Troy walk on. I don't know if that's a guitar change or what, maybe he wasn't playing in the previous song. I don't know where this sits in the set list. Everyone says keep an eye out for the jacket, the top hat. Well, I didn't see any of those on, so this must be in the middle towards the end. And I saw Thomas quite quickly retreats off the stage there. Is that, are they all leaving? Is that coming back for an encore? Or is that just a break in the music where they'll play some kind of track and get the crowd to be a bit hyped so they can come on and punch again? Either way, it doesn't really matter. It's a powerful song. It can go anywhere in a set. I really like that song a lot. So, Becky, thank you so much. I really appreciate you asking for that one because breath of fresh air for me. I love Nightwish, and Nightwish is not going anywhere on this channel. There are going to be weeks where I don't do a Nightwish Saturday, and that's just because I got a lot going on with work. I got a reduced schedule in terms of YouTube, and I'm trying to put out as much, stay true to what I want to do with the channel as well, and that's put out a lot of different bands and discover different music, and sometimes my energy levels require it, and that is no comments on my Nightwish journey. I've done over 40 reactions, so I'm well in and I'm still enjoying myself, but loved that one. There was the one part in the song where there was a break and there wasn't a count in, and I didn't hear one of the band members counting vocally, and it just shows you that that's a track that they're all playing to, especially if they have a choir and those kind of pieces accenting. And that's a click track that they'll know to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then they'll come in all at the same time. And it's just really smart, professional, and it shows you can see a real maturity in a band when that's about to happen, and they aren't looking around at each other for signals, for physical signals. They just know they're all facing forward and they play. I mean, you expect nothing less from these professionals, but it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the next one. Until then, please be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day.